Mostly hunger is pictured over national media as those orphaned masses in Sudan, Africa, with bloated bellies and distended bodies. But hunger carries many faces. Right here, we have people who are just as hungry. The hunger is just as real. It just carries a different face.
It's a mother that is working a minimum wage job and has 1, 2, 3, or even 4 more children, and they're supporting those families by themselves. People that have lost their homes due to fire, some disaster, due to divorce and spouse abuse. There are people that, because of circumstances in their life, has brought them to the point where they really need help. Then food is always a good place to start.
There's a number of people who have more month than they have money, and with the wages being such as they are, the outsourcing of jobs, and of course the volatile economic situations of our generation, there's always going to be those who fall through the cracks.
I need employment, so I won't have to just rely on disability. It's not enough money right now. Because of my health problems, they say I might not make it too long. I've had 2 strokes that left me with a little paralysis on one side. And I need help sometimes. From time to time, I need help with food.
There's a lot of people's lost their jobs around here, and my husband was one of them. He works. We both do odds and end jobs, but it's still not enough. My husband made $25 an hour before he got laid off, so we wasn't used to this. What you may be used to before, when hard times come around, you had to do what you had to do to make it.
I have a hard time, and me and my husband both is disabled, and we ain't neither one able to work. And I am not lazy. I love to do what I'm able to do. And if I could go back to cutting tobacco and hauling hay, I'd do it today. My husband draws disability, I get disability. What can you do with $800? I pay my homeowner's insurance once a month, my car insurance. My husband's got an old truck. It's out there. It ain't much pumpkin, but it's a truck. We pay it once a month. We have a water bill, we have a light bill, we have a phone bill. And at the end of the month, we're flat broke.
Well, I get $10 worth of food stamps. If you don't have the money for food or medicine on you, and with a heart condition, you've got to get your medicine. Well, unless everything got tight. And after I got sick, couldn't work. Of course, I'm 75 years old now. Well, I've never been from without everything. I've always had something.
I have went to bed a many a night hungry to make sure my kids ate. I have drank water just to fill the hunger spot to be able to feed the kids. To let them eat first, and whatever's left over I eat, and if there's nothing left over I don't eat. To be honest with you, I say a prayer each day. That's what gets me through the day. When you have a child that comes up to you in the middle of the night and holler, "Mom, I'm hungry," then what do? You sit and you cry.
One of the things that helps is when you give them a practical substance of a food box, somewhere between 75 and 100 pounds, you also have the opportunity to encourage them that life is worth living and the future is going to be better. And just because they're transitioning through a hard place and a hard time in their life doesn't mean that they are unworthy, doesn't mean that they don't count in our society. We're going to see to it that people get help. And that brings them hope, because there's nothing harder than people not having. Nothing harder to face, because not only does it bring discouragement, it can eventually bring despair. The fact of the matter is, the thing that you're relieving is truly suffering. Without God's pantry, without their assistance, without their help, we simply could not do what we're doing right now. What goes on behind the scenes, very few people see. And the reason that I appreciate their efforts and their labors of love is because feeding people is hard work. But the fact of the matter is, when the rubber meets the road and you have to lift 20-pound cases, 40-pound cases, and you have to shelve them, you have to stock them, You have to box them, you have to distribute them. It has to be an issue of your heart. It's got to be in your heart to do this.
It was a lot of food in that box. It was a whole lot more than I thought it was gonna be. It's gonna last more than a week.
That there's people out there that's willing to take their time. These people volunteer to do this. And they're taking their time out to help everybody else in the community. And it makes me happy because I see them doing that.
It's real life, it's real people, and with the help of God's Pantry, we have never had to turn anyone away. And our hopes for the future is to grow as the need grows. The only way that we want to slow up is if the need slows up, and that would be great. To see the people come in with the tears and the real needs, and to be able to answer those needs and to help them and see them to leave with just a little bit more hope than they had. So it's awesome. It is awesome.